Good afternoon. My name is Craig Kissinger. I'm the Director of Human Resources for National Tube Supply, and I am the co-chair of the IWIB CPTP along with my friend David Friedman. David,
Yeah, I'm Dave Friedman. I'm back again. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Autonomy Works, which employs people with autism.
next slide. So all the acronyms CPTP, we are the career pathways for target populations. And what we do each year is look at our body of work and look at are the targeted populations that we're going to be talking about, are they still relevant? Are they still facing barriers with regard to access and awareness with regard to career pathways? And we'll talk about the ones that we've been focusing on for the last couple of years. Next slide. Our work is guided by charges and priorities. And our charges, really the intent of these, you can read the words on the screen, but it's really to enhance career awareness, career skills, retention, and life skills through a combination of experience, education, training through work-based learning and essential skills development, with the goal of people within these targeted populations being able to lead to jobs that are in demand and high wage in their communities. Next slide. And we do that through working throughout the system, right? As we heard from the various committees today, there's a lot of legs to the stool that we sit on within the workforce system, and certainly as we look to try to reduce barriers for some of the most vulnerable, there's a lot of hands that go into helping. So our second charge is really working to be that intersection between all those different people and try to break down those silos. We do that through our express priorities. If you can go to the next slide. And you can see we've wrapped words around the bolded priorities, but as we think about these, I think what rings true best is some of the examples. And when we think about continuous improvement, an example would be how we are working as a committee to develop the Illinois Career Pathways Resource Guide within Opportunity Youth. With service integration, we focus each of our quarterly meetings on trying to get local partners, the LWIB, partnering with organizations like DHS to ensure that we are making sure that all agencies, businesses, and community partners come to the table to talk about these challenges that individuals might be facing. You can go to the next one. And again, that collaboration, we know that in any organization, silos can be built, and that collaborate. We really try to look and raise up models of successful collaboration throughout the system during those quarterly meetings. So some of the examples of best practices that would include, partnership between business, non-for-profit, and the local web is, our meetings that we've had in Will County or Lake County, or even recently in Springfield, where we bring together all the different players and show what we're doing. Also through that collaboration, because we know that a lot of these population touch other areas, we are very active in inviting other committees of the IWIB, such as the BEC, which has just got done saying is a critical aspect, getting those business involved, or the apprenticeship committee or the DEIA committee as we look to address these populations. And finally, our final priority is really supporting career pathways development and working with the IWIB to make sure that as we look at the barriers that these targeted populations face. What can we do to address these barriers, and can we do things either through policy, through advocacy? And again, we do that as we look at models across the state through our quarterly meetings and those tours of showing who's doing it right and where can we use those examples in other parts of the state to provide that uplift to people who are doing the work on the ground. So again, we do that through specifically 3 different work groups today. Those work groups have been in place for the last several years. When you think about these work groups, such as justice impacted, opportunity youth, and individuals with disability, there's a lot of barriers that each of these face. Some of them overlap, some of them are unique to each population. And for that reason, each work group is structured with a separate work plan focusing on their individual unique barriers. And they carry a charge and priorities that really stem from the overall committee's charges and priorities, but they drill down into that specific population. Some of our successes, if you can move to the next slide, is the work that we've done in each of those work groups. As I already mentioned, the Illinois Career Pathways Resource Guide, that's leading to a repository where people can, kind of like the AJC model, a one-stop shop, rather than having to go throughout the state to all these different agencies. They can go to one place to get resources on career pathways. For the opportunity youth, we're addressing trauma-informed focus and decisions. A lot of people, not just within that population, but many populations that we address have faced trauma sometime in their background, and making sure that we're aware of that and how to handle those situations. Transportation is a key barrier, particularly for opportunity youth, because of their unique situations. Within the justice impact and employment, we're working on some policy and culture changes through putting together a webinar to be employer facing, kind of shifting the mindset, helping organizations change that culture to a fair chance environment. And we're really trying to add to our work group, as the BEC said, employers that are living this work every day, and adding individuals with lived experience. Likewise, in the disability group, we're looking to and have added people with lived experience. We've worked to ensure that not just the disability work group, but all of our committees are meeting accessibility guidelines and setting a good example of that, and really trying to, again, get the word out, not internally just to our workforce system, but externally to employers. And Dave and I have been blessed to be able to present at the end of this month at the largest gathering of HR professionals. We're going to be sharing organizations can shift that culture at the SHRM National Conference being held here in Chicago. And that work really stems from the great work that work group did in a 3-part webinar series last year. So a lot of work has been done, but there's still a lot of work to be done to raise up these populations. David, anything to add?
No, I don't think so, Craig. I think you covered it really well. And we're still looking for people from the IWIB and other groups that are interested in participating. So if you want to get deep into one of these populations, it's a really good way to do it.
Absolutely. And hopefully all the members of the IWIB